Tell me if this sounds familiar. You make your foundation chain. You've counted it twice, and the number is correct. Then, somehow, by row 3, your stitches are off, and you have no idea what happened. Well, what happened was you were counting your chains wrong from the start, and that stops today. Hey there, bestie. I'm Michelle with YesMichelle Crochets. And as your crochet bestie, I am here to help you build a fiber arts foundation that actually makes sense. This is the Cozy Encyclopedia, episode 2. Now, last week we tackled the slip knot, and today we're moving right into the chain stitch, and specifically into why so many crocheters are counting their chains in a way that causes problems from the very first row. Let's get into it. The chain stitch is your foundation. It's the row of linked loops you create before you begin most crochet projects. Think of it as the building floor before you build up the walls, and if the floor is off, nothing above it is going to sit right. Each V-stitch that you see when you look at your chain is one stitch. One V equals one chain. And yes, that does sound simple because it is. Now, here's where people get tripped up. Most beginners count the loop that's currently sitting on their hook as a part of their chain. It's not. That loop is called the working loop. It doesn't exist as a chain just yet. It becomes a stitch if you continue to process it, but by itself, it's just the working loop. Now, watch this. Last week, I showed you what a slip knot looked like and how to make one properly. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a chain by taking the yarn over the head of your hook and pulling it through your slip knot. That's chain 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. So however many chains your project calls for you to make, that's how many you need to make. Now here's the bonus that most people don't talk about. Most patterns will ask you to make an additional chain or 2, sometimes 3 or 4, depending on the height of row 1. And that's truly just for the purpose of turning. So in this case, if we were going to make a row of single crochets, it would tell you to make 1 additional chain. And we'll do that now. So this becomes your turning chain to create height. That is all. Now, when counting your chains, and I'm going to take out that turning chain that I just added, you're going to count from your working loop, which is where your hook would be. In counting backwards, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains. And I'll bring it closer so you can get a better view. Again, this is your working loop because it is where your hook is. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains. Just that simple. Now, again, I'm going to remind you, and hopefully it sticks. Do not count the loop on your hook. Do not count your slip knot at the end, and that's just this little tiny knot right here. You can't work into it, and you can't use it. Now, I'll bring it a little bit closer, removing my hook. Again, this is your slip knot. It's tiny. You can't work into it. These are your chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not this and not this. Those 2 things don't matter, and they're no longer a concern for you as far as your chain count. These things are separate. And if you always count from your working loop back to your slip knot, you will never miscount a foundation again. Okay, so once you see it, you simply can't unsee it. This is how we count our chain in order to make that chain make sense. Your counts are going to be right as long as you remember. Don't count your working loop and don't pay attention to your slip knot at the very end of your count. Here's the bonus piece of knowledge I want you to come away from with this. Most patterns ask you to make an extra chain at the end of your foundation before you start row 1. That's called your turning chain. Its job is to bring your hook up to the height of your very first stitch. That's it. The turning chain is not usually counted as a stitch in the beginner patterns, but some do. Each pattern will tell you what it wants you to look at it as, whether you're ignoring it or you're counting it. Just pay attention to your pattern, and that's how you'll know the difference. I wanted you to know why it's there, because it's just a height factor. Now, here's the thing about the chain and why counting it correctly is bigger than getting the right number. Crochet is a craft that accumulates. Every stitch is built on the one before it. A mistake in your foundation, well, it echoes in every row after that. Learning how to count correctly is learning how to pay attention. And that kind of attention, that's intention. That's what separates a maker who finishes a project from one who keeps having to start over. That's what we're building here in the Cozy Encyclopedia. Not just stitches, habits of mind. Now, next week in episode 3, we are going to get into the slip stitch. And it's more versatile than you think. Most people assume it's just for one thing without realizing it can actually do 5. And we'll get into all of them. Do me a favor. If this has been entertaining, educational, or helpful to you, drop a yarn emoji in the comments section for this video. It'll help you not only see you're not alone, but it'll help me know you've been here and this was of value to you. Subscribe so that you can come back every Wednesday for new episodes, which I drop at 2 p.m. Central. And until I see you again, have some fun today. And don't forget, make yarn cozy. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.